teaching your dog to relax on a mat. We call it park it training. I want you to envision having a dog that's relaxed when company comes over, it's laying on its mat. Or you're going out to an outdoor cafe and your dog is calm and relaxed and allowing you to have a meal. That's the goal of this training, is to produce that nice, clear, calm dog brain and a dog that has a way of self-calming. So right now, Julie's mat is not down on the ground because I don't want her getting on it at this moment. If it goes down, she should be on it. So we have it hidden underneath me so that she's not trying to access it. Training will start as soon as the mat is laid out. So what you're going to see is my first step is I'm going to be feeding Julie for a full 30 seconds on that mat. Because I want the association that that mat is magical. That's where food appears. And that's what's going to make it so Julie wants to be on the mat. Is 30 seconds of food going onto the mat. It's not going to go from my hand to her mouth. It's going to be placed on the mat. So, food's being put on the mat, one piece of food at a time. Notice how my hands are staying really low. Now, as I start to run out of food, one hand's going to continue to feed on the mat while the other hand reaches for more food. So both hands have food in them now. And this way I can get a full 30 seconds of food on the mat. For many dogs, if your hands stay on the mat and you're feeding for 30 seconds, that's going to actually cause your dog to lay down on the mat, and that's a good thing. Okay, so I have 30 seconds of feeding. There's my last piece of food. My hands are now empty. I'm going to say, release, get a piece of food and toss it away. Nice. As she turns towards the mat, I'm going to tell her that's the behavior I want. So I'm saying nice, and then I get a handful of food and I'm feeding again, a full 30 seconds of food on the mat. And then I'm going to make sure my hand is empty when I say release. Release. And I'm going to toss my food away. Nice. I want Julie to understand turning towards the mat is the desired behavior. So I say nice as she turns towards the mat. I'm using the word nice to indicate that behavior that she did right then was the correct behavior. That's the behavior I want. That's the behavior that's being rewarded. Not getting on the mat yet. Just turning towards the mat is enough in the beginning. Once this is easy, you feel like the dog wants to get on the mat, then you can make it more advanced. Making it more advanced means we want to wait until she's moving towards the mat before we say nice. Say nice as she's moving towards the mat instead of turning towards the mat. Okay, here's her last piece of food. Release. Nice. And then I get my food and I have my 30-second food party right here on the mat. Now, after a day or two, this is going to seem like it's too easy. It's going to seem like, oh my gosh, my dog is getting it. So we want to then make it more advanced again. And more advanced means now we're going to wait until she gets 2 feet on the mat before we say nice. She has to put 2 feet on, then we're going to say nice, then we're going to get the food. After we say nice, we're going to get the food and we're going to do our food party. Okay, so there's the last of her crumbs. Release. Toss my food. Nice. Then I get my food and I reward. Watch my hands this time for the timing. Nice. Then I go for my food. I say nice first, then I get my food and I start delivering here. And then you're going to get to the point where that's too easy. After a day or two, it'll be too easy. So then you can wait until all 4 feet are on before you say nice. All 4 feet get on, then you're gonna get your food and you'll start rewarding. This is what it looks like. Last piece of food, release. Nice. Then I get my food and I start rewarding. Occasionally we have dogs who can't get all 4 feet on. They might have 2 feet on, but they approached at an angle and so their hips are hanging off. There's 2 big things you can do to help them out. One, make sure that your food is going straight away from your mat. So if I'm on a clock and the mat is the hands of the clock, right now I'm at the 6, I want to toss my food to the 12, straight down, not off to the side, because I do want that high probability that all 4 feet are going to get on. And the length of the mat allows the dog to do so. It gives us the largest area. Sometimes though, dogs still will have pieces hanging off, and so I want to either have a bigger mat or I want to elevate that mat off the ground. So with my mat elevated off the ground, my dog has a better understanding that it's crooked, right? It has hips hanging off. It can feel it, as opposed to this surface and this surface feeling too similar to the dog. So then the dog will correct. You just wait, you wait, you wait. Dog doesn't get on, you wait. All 4 feet get on, then you say nice and you get your food and you start delivering.